I've been thinking a lot about who I talk to when I make these videos because it helps me to imagine the person that I'm talking to. Like when I'm just sitting in my room staring at my camera, talking about shit, it helps to imagine you. And there's a lot of advice online about creating an avatar for your, like if you're trying to start a business or trying to build an audience, both of which I am. People talk about serving your person or like your ideal customer profile or whatever the fuck, or like choosing a niche. That's everywhere, right? The riches are in the niches and you gotta niche down. I don't even know how to say the word, but I came across some really useful advice recently, which was to niche down by the transformation that you're speaking to, because ultimately like you're trying to help your person go from like point A to point B, like achieve some kind of transformation, whether that's like big or small. Like the transformation could be as simple as like I have a hard time remembering to brush my teeth in the morning, and the journey that you take them on is the journey to being able to brush their teeth consistently. Or it could be big. It could be I want to quit my job and I want to start my own business, but I don't know how. It's a big transformation. There's plenty of transformation. There's weight loss transformation. There's career transformation, relationships, all kinds of stuff, right? And I think that's really helpful, but it wasn't enough. Because for me, like the thing that I'm interested in most, the reason why I want to quit my job and start a solo business is because my interests change all the time, like every 3 months practically. So like when I start the job, you know, I might be interested in that thing, but like a few months down the line, I'm like, all right, like I'm probably on to something new. And I want a business that changes whenever my interests change. And so in order for that to be true, I either have to build like a bunch of little businesses, or I can build a bunch of little businesses based around me as a person. Like I can build a personal brand and the businesses can stem off from that. So I think if I want to build a business that changes whenever my interests change, niching down by transformation isn't quite going to get me there, because the transformation is going to change. So not only do I need to like focus on the transformation that I want to serve, which by the way, I think right now is career transformation from job to one person business, like the same transformation that I'm trying to make happen for myself right now. Not only do I need to focus on that, but also I think I need to become the coolest person online for my person. And it's kind of, it's funny to think about like becoming the coolest person online, because like that's impossible, right? But if it's for a specific person, you could do that, especially if the person is you. That's the big key for me. Serving yourself, or like a previous version of yourself. And that solves a whole, like a huge problem in this space, which is thinking that you don't know enough about something. You're not an expert or enough of an expert in anything for people to want to listen to you, or for you to be able to solve problems for people. But if the person that you're talking to is yourself, you are the expert. You're 100%, you're the only person qualified to speak on those problems. And of course, that doesn't mean you're only going to speak to people like you, like other people who are different than you, but have some coinciding interests or traits, are still going to resonate with what you create or the problems that you solve, because it's like the Venn diagram, right? Like the parts of you that you share and the parts of them that you have in common. I don't know, you know what I mean? But it's just like a lens to focus your thoughts, the content that you make, the problems that you solve. The lens is serving yourself, or I heard it called serving your shadow, which kind of like paints the picture of serving like yourself, but like maybe a few steps behind. Like you can think about, what can I say that would help past me or be useful? Or if you're thinking in terms of products or services, like for a business, what can I make that solves a problem that I had in the past? Or what have I already made to solve my past problems? But the point of becoming the coolest person online for your person, and not just serving a specific problem or transformation that they have, is like you can be like if you want to start a YouTube channel, you can be like the YouTube channel that you wish your favorite YouTuber had. Like if you just think about like, what's the fucking coolest, like if I went online and I found my YouTube channel, like what would make it the fucking coolest shit ever? Like I would be like, damn, this dude knows what's up. And like that's a that's like a fun goal. And it's like, it's something that you can achieve because you're the expert. Only you know what would make you the coolest person online for you. And if you think like, oh, there's nobody else like me, like if I do this, it's not going to resonate with anybody. Like that's just not true. Like if you've been online for a bit, you've probably found people who are eerily similar to you, right? Like there's whole communities of people that pop up around these super specific things because the internet connects everybody. It's so huge. But I don't think that's like a real, you don't have to worry about that. And it also kind of takes care of the problem of like not feeling confident enough to like give advice to or speak to other people in some like with authority. Like that was something that's like uncomfortable for me. Like I don't like telling people what to do because I don't like being told what to do. And so like coming online and hearing that you have to, that some component of your content has to be like authoritative or like educational, like you have to give advice or teach people things like from a position of authority, that's uncomfortable for me because I don't want to tell people what to do. I feel like people online are always getting told what to do by everybody. But thinking about it from a perspective of like notes to self, like I'm speaking to you. And if I do my job right, you are very similar to me. And so really I'm speaking to me, and I'm speaking to me from the past with experiences and lessons that I've learned. And I can help that person. I can help me from the past, which is like secretly you, or me from today. You don't have to be ahead of them in all things. Like there's probably plenty of things they know more about than you, but for those points of intersection, you can pass on the lessons that you've learned. Like that's totally legit. So when you realize that you are an expert, it's like giving yourself permission to come online, to share what you know, to share what you learn as you're learning it, so that you don't have to be at the end of the journey to start helping other people who are maybe like just 1 or 2 steps behind, or they might even be ahead in other areas, but they can still learn from you. So you can kind of bypass this whole imposter syndrome or like the confidence problem, the authority problem, because you're just talking to yourself at the end of the day. And if it resonates with you, it's going to resonate with your person. So yeah, this is the start of my, well, I guess the journey's already started, but I feel like I have a new focus point, which is to become the coolest person online for you, for me, for us. And if you want to get started on that, you can do something really scary, which I have recently been working on, which is writing down your pain points and your deep fears that are associated with like the transformation you want to talk about, or at least the transformation you want to talk about first. So like your pains, problems, desires, dreams, the things you're running away from and the things you're running towards. And the reason that's scary, at least for me, it's been hard, is because like I don't like thinking about my deep pains and fears. It's like something that you naturally try to avoid, right? Like you spend a lot of time distracting yourself so that you don't think about those things. So it's kind of tough. It's taken me like several weeks like to start doing it, to fill out this sheet of like the things that I'm afraid of, and the things that I want are easier, but like the things that I want are basically the inverse of the things that I'm afraid of. So it's tough, but it's been really worthwhile. It's helped me kind of see what are the emotions that I want to speak to, like when I make stuff like this. Like what are the big fears that I have, that you have, hopefully, and how can I speak to that? How can I work on those things for myself, work towards the dreams and desires for myself, and help other people like me work toward those same things? So yeah, it's a useful exercise. It's tough to do, but if you're interested in taking people on a journey, especially taking people like you, it's really helpful. Thank you for watching these. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. If you know someone that you think this would help, someone who's afraid to get online or doesn't think they're an expert, send them this video. And I'll see you on the flippy floppy. Bye.